All right, we're actually on now. We're on now. Manaz ill.
What's up, mate?
I haven't done a podcast with Manaz in a while. I've been talking to Ryan lately.
Yeah, it's not Manaz ill anymore.
It's not. It's just Manaz. You having a Kanye thing going on there.
I mean,
is that official?
Yeah, I mean, I went and changed my my socials.
Very nice. Why'd you get rid of the ill?
I think it just feels weird having a second rap name, a first and last rap name. I don't know. It just no longer resonates with me.
Mm. And how far is this removed from the last album? So for people, actually, just for some clarification, Manaz is dropping his next album.
Don't say when, because I don't know if it's coming out this week.
Hopefully, yeah, I won't give the day, but it is coming out. This will be out on tomorrow, which is Sunday, and so the following week, next week.
This coming week?
This week? This coming week, it should be out.
If you're watching this, it'll be out soon.
Are we allowed to say the name?
Yeah, sure.
Open Season.
Yeah.
And yeah, how far removed is this from the last album?
So I did an EP with Peeps and a producer from Melbourne called Don Vinyl last year. The 4-track EP, which is really cool. If you haven't heard it, go run that up. And then my last album, though, I think was 2022.
Yeah, it would have been three years ago.
23, yeah. 22, 23, yeah.
It's a hard album to follow up.
Yeah, well,
it's a different album.
Well, this is the thing about me. Like, none of my albums sound the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, they almost sound like they're from different artists. Every album I do, like, I just dip into a different bag. And so the last album was very like introspective. There's a lot of emotional stuff on there, and I kind of just got over. Like, I was just like, fuck. I just want to rap really good. I don't really want to dip into too much, heavy content and stuff like that. So I just really, I linked with some of the boys, and I was like, following that album, I was like, what would you guys like to hear from me moving forward? Which is new for me because I never really ask anyone anything. I just assume I know the best things to do. But after that album, I was just like, man, I feel like I could benefit from some external direction, and the feedback that I got from some of the boys was like, you've shown that you can do all these other things. It would be really cool to see you just dip into, some really, really slow kind of hard beats and just bar out. And so that's what this album kind of is.
Yeah, I can't remember when I said it. This was been fucking ages ago, but with this, I wouldn't say it's a new style you've adopted, but you definitely got like a different kind of sound at the moment. Yeah, and it's really Tyler the Creator-esque to me.
Okay.
Like early Tyler the Creator-esque.
Yeah,
it's like hell punchy fucking bars.
Very
and like
boom bap hard beats.
Yeah, and I fucking love that. Suits it good. Like that song, the Open Season, the song.
Yeah, that title joint.
Title joint with Peeps and Graph.
Yeah,
from America. That's so fucking good, man.
No one is aware of that. No one knows any of the features, so that's a little
sneak preview.
Yeah.
Didn't you upload that song?
No, cause no, I mean, put out the first single, Concrete.
Yeah,
the video that's out now. Go run that up.
Are you going to be doing more videos?
Yeah, I got another video there. I'm going to shoot another video in the next week or so, and then I'm just going to pump a bunch of reels as well.
So you obviously no one knows who's on the fucking.
Yeah.
I was just going to ruin the whole album for everyone.
Yeah, no, don't be doing that.
No, but are you... This one... So you sent me the whole album and I listened to it. This... We were talking, like, I think yesterday or the day before, about how I think... Obviously, your last album was more personal to you and it was a bit more nuanced into, like, certain parts of your life.
Yeah, just
but this one, I feel like you're barring out a lot more.
Yeah, the last one was very introspective. This one is very much like
flex,
just like wordplay, punchlines, attitude. There's some slick talk in there. There's some real shit in there still scattered because it's always going to be a part of my repertoire. But predominantly, there's still like deeper songs on there, but it's just free of a lot of the really heavy sort of stuff that kind of permeated throughout the last album. I was like, I got done with that one. I was like, bro, I just can't wait to not do it.
Emotionally drained.
Yeah, I got it all out. It was all done, and I was like, I can't wait to not rap about some deep shit for quite a long time. And so that's what this album was. And Yeah, the title track, as you mentioned, features my brother Peeps of Black Teeth Red Gums, who's always a weapon, a long time collaborator and friend of mine, and this dude Graf from America, he's from Queens. He if you're an underground hip hop head, then you're probably familiar with him. He's done a bunch of stuff like with Griselda, and he's got a really cool story, man, because he came up, he was managed by 50 Cent's former manager. He, which resulted in him kind of getting blackballed by 50, and then he signed to Rockefeller, like Jay-Z's record label, just as Rockefeller kind of came apart. So he's had like a few of these things where he's like been on the verge of really significant and big moments, and then things are just not kind of panned out right. But he's gone on to have this career that's kind of having a second and third wind, later down the line, which is happening with a lot of the older underground acts, like Ransom and Rock Marcy and a bunch of people you wouldn't know, but who are really prevalent in the underground hip hop space and doing their thing. So it was cool to get him on there, man, because I've been such a fan of him for so long.
Yeah, and that track to me, hands down, is my favourite track on that whole album.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
You and Peeps obviously know how to work together very well. You're very efficient with each other.
You know what I love about working with Peace Bros? We actually because we're just so flat out as dads and with our jobs and whatever we got to do. Like we actually don't really like I'll send him a beat, you know what I mean, and he'll write and I write. I might be like, oh, the name of the song is this or something, or he'll if we're working on something else, he'll send me a vague direction, but we don't really we just go and do our thing and bring it together, and then it just comes together really nice. Like I think we've done enough songs together now whereby
you just don't have to be in each other's shoulders.
Yeah, kind of really micromanaging and curating the direction. We know that we know how to sound good on a track together, and we just do our own thing. It's the same with Monops as well. Where it's like, we don't really have to overly stress about making it super cohesive. Our styles mesh together well enough that like whatever we jump on together kind of finds this happy medium where we both bring our flavor to it and it makes its own unique thing, which is really cool.
How do you juggle all your work? Because if people don't know, Manaz is the fucking busiest person in Adelaide right now. He's got 7 different jobs, he's always grinding. How the fuck is rap almost on the a back burner for you at the moment?
I've just gotten really good at time management, brother. So
you are fucking good at that.
I have my work hours, right? I've really, really focused on my work. I've got my, my family hours, the things that I do with my son and that time. And then, when he goes to bed, I just spend that extra 2 hours or whatever it might be a night when I would normally, but when people just watch Netflix or do whatever, I just tap in with the music, lock in on that. And then, start the day again, so I just got really good at I really got good at going through and being where am I losing time, what are the things that I'm doing. A few months ago I actually did I told you I did a dopamine detox, and then I made a conscious effort of journaling my day for a week, just every single thing down to the minute of what I did. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, I can see this is where I'm losing time and this is where I'm losing money, because I'm still studying and stuff as well. So now whenever I'm doing menial house chores, I just do micro learning and just will be listening to coaching demos and stuff like that, and just really wherever there's time, I utilize that time, brother.
You're still on the minimized content wagon, eh?
Yeah, I've got to do a little bit more now, just because I'm in the promo cycle for the album, which means I'm on social media 100% more than I was, but it's still 90% less than your average person. Do you know what I mean? So it's good.
Yeah, you're not sitting there doom scrolling.
I can't do it, bro. No,
I can fucking do it.
Nah, it's just hijacks your energy and your momentum and your attention, and it's just not a productive use of time. I feel. What
do you do when you're taking a shit? Because if you just raw dog taking a shit with no phone, that's wild. I don't. If you can just sit there and take a shit really without browsing,
focus on this.
You're a psycho.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'll. I don't know, bro. I might be listening to a coaching demo. I might be I don't know, bro. I don't like the idea of everybody just collectively thinking about me shitting. I feel uncomfortable.
There was this trend what was it? I think it was a couple of years ago where people, they call it raw dog in a flight, where people would...
That's psychopathic.
Don't.
That's insane.
This dude did like a 23-hour fucking stint. No anything.
No headphones, just sitting there looking at the seat in
Not
front of
allowed
him.
to sleep either, just looking at the seat behind you for 23 hours. I'd fucking go mental.
You know, that's crazy. I'd start talking to people. I'd be that annoyed. Hey, where you going? You going home or you going on holiday? Business or play?
Do you see yourself, like, post-album launch, do you see yourself prepping up for maybe, like, another kind of tour or some shows again? It's been a minute. When's the last one? Was it the one with Monops on Rundle Street?
No.
The Austral?
No. I've done something since then. I did a show with Bit of Belief earlier this year. Did one in Perth with Dundee. Did one in Melbourne and Dundee. I think ultimately, brother, I think realistically, because I'm very like hands-on with all of the stuff, and I've got to take an honest assessment on my capacity to invest the way that I have previously in all that sort of stuff. So I think ultimately, like, you know, if one of the boys is making a run, you know, I know some of the boys have got albums that they're looking to tour. Maybe I might partner up and do a run with them, but I don't think I have the time, desire, or attention or energy to facilitate like a whole solo tour and stuff like I have in the past. I think I'd rather just link with the boys, because I really just enjoy doing the stuff I love with people I love. Do you know what I mean? So
It'd be all the pluses with none of the minuses when you tour. When you're just featuring on someone's tour or something, you just get to tag along and go do cool shit, and then it's over. You don't have to worry about any of the logistics.
The venue being like, there's only so many tickets. We need to, you know what I mean? Fuck all that, bro. No, I don't have time for it, brother.
Do you come into like a new album launch with like little kind of jitters about how it's going to do still?
I guess every album I kind of a little bit to a certain extent, because like I said, they're all so different. It's like, I'm like, what about if this is just
how's
the
it
one?
going to be received?
Yeah. But also, I think, you know, like the people. Two things. I think the people who are fans of me, they've seen enough of like my versatility to kind of to trust my direction and know, and they can. There's also enough of my music now, and there's enough variety of it where it's like, if this isn't for you, you know that you can circle back. The next one will be for you, or there's another 4 or 5 other ones that you can go and get your thrills to. You know what I mean? But the other thing is for this album. Like normally I'm big on the rollout, and I'm big on, you know, the building the momentum and stuff like this. I just haven't had time for it. Damn, don't be yawning.
No, it's because of my nose. I'm trying to take a deep breath. I can't take like deep breaths with my nose. Okay. So I do it with my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't yawning. Yeah, I'm a mouth breather. Mouth breather. That sounds hell rude.
But yeah, like for this one, it's kind of more like I'm just dropping, not really talking about it, not really giving too much a glimpse of things beforehand. So I think everybody's kind of like just pleasantly surprised and be like, oh, we weren't expecting this. And if you don't have any expectation, then whatever you get, you genuinely tend to be happy with. So it seems to be being received favorably, which I'm very grateful for. And you know, given that I haven't really been active and engaged on social media, like it's doing really well, and I'm grateful for that. And there's more things to come, so I can see how it's all going to, you know, accumulate in a well-received project, which I'm grateful for.
How many? It's 12.
17? Yeah, 17.
It was hard because they all blended together, like, because they weren't separate tracks when I was listening to them. You gave me the whole thing, but fuck, they kind of like sequentially, I don't know if that's a fucking word, but it sounds good. I don't know if they blend, like, they kind of blend in pretty well together. Is that playing?
I'm big on that. Yeah, I'm really big on curating the
Kanye used to do that really well.
Sequencing, yeah, the track sequencing. I love that. That shit's really important to me. That's why when I finish an album, I get him to put it all into one track, so you can just sit there. You don't have to get out and open up the new Google Drive file, and then it takes ages to load, because you lose all that momentum and you're not listening to it as I intended you to hear it. Do you know what I mean? So
you want someone to sit there and listen back to back to back.
Yeah, and just be like, whoa, this is like a journey. Because I try and make all my albums like that. I really do try to curate like the ups and the downs and the momentums, and there's a subtle art to doing all that stuff.
What do you think the best example of an album doing that is?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye is probably my favorite album of all time, and I think it's just such an incredible journey. If you listen to it start to end, like it's a masterpiece.
That's your favorite album of all time.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people's favorite album.
it's an incredible album, dude.
I haven't sat down and listened to it back to front.
Damn.
And front to back.
Bless
Pink
you.
Floyd used to do it good too.
Yeah. Kendrick's great at it too.
I guess, yeah. Do you think that do you already start working on your next project from now, and do you have an idea of what it would be, or do you just kind of now enjoy this process?
Nah.
And then
Because this is the thing, brother. Like this is like one album, right? A lot of people were like, "Whoa, 17 tracks is a lot." What the boys I showed, they're like, "Why don't you split it in half?" I was like, "Bro, it takes me. I love making music. I don't really love all the other stuff as much as I used to. I really used to love all the other like elements of it, and I just
like the promo, the rollout,
and all that. And I just don't have the time for it now. So now I just love making music. So I record so much music, brother. And like this one, I was like, bro, it took me enough. I don't want to have to go and work out another artwork and do more videos and X, Y, Z. I was like, I just want to give them all this because there's so much music there, bro. I've got another couple albums worth of music that I can be dropping. And so if I decided to split it in half, then there's just going to be even more music accumulating. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I'd just rather dump a whole lot and then give you some more in a bit. Like, me and Manaz have got an album that's nearly finished pretty much. Even when I went to the studio a couple of days ago and went to wrap up the album, and then I was just like quickly, I got a beat off my guy Shua, and I was like, let me just quickly try this. And it was something that was completely different, very melodic, like very far removed from what's on this album. And I just like making music. I just like experimenting, going in, hearing a beat for the first time, capturing my first reaction to it. And once I just do that so much, bro, I just got so much music there that it's just, I don't know.
I guess if you sit on music for too long as well, some of it will just never see the light of day.
That's exactly it.
And that would just be so fucking annoying for me.
Yeah. So that's why I just like, I don't care if it's 20 tracks or whatever, even though most people will probably never hear all of it. The people who will enjoy it, and it's for them, and it's out of my hands then at that point. Do you know what I mean?
Don't you think it's crazy that like, even when songs are past 2 minutes now, that's a big, like, long song.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking terrible it has all of our attention spans. How much has, like, all of this short form content completely fucked our perception of time?
Yeah, man, well, I'm pretty convinced that it's like a deliberate. Well, I don't know. Not that I think there's like a unified effort to do it, but it does seem like there's a pretty concerted effort to destroy our attention span. Because if you are able to hold your attention for long periods of time and stuff, the things you can achieve in your life are pretty incredible. And I do think that your average person is really held back by that attention span. But it's been something that's been happening for a while. Like there was a big thing in hip hop, like the death of the third verse. I don't know if you realize, but like a lot of the old songs used to be 3 verses. You know what I mean? I haven't written a 3-verse song in years. Like, there was just a certain point where everyone was like, we don't really need the third verse, buddy. Like, just
some fucking songs don't even have a second
verse.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just one verse and just a trap beat.
I'm not too mad at it. Like, I think ultimately, like,
it has its place.
You just gotta move with the times and stuff like that, like, and at the end of the day, like, I just love trying all different stuff, man. But for me, like, for this album, as much, I personally love like everything that the youth are doing. Like I love the younger generation and how they're grinding and they're just the styles they're coming up with and they're experimenting and they're pushing it. So, some of it might not necessarily be for me, but I respect everybody's creative pursuits and I think there's a place for everything. But for the older generation, the sort of late 20s to 30s and up, who are kind of missing that traditional hip hop sound, that the boom bap, the lyricism and stuff like that, this album is definitely geared for them. Do you know what I mean? And You know, I know there's a lot of people who feel like it's no good music nowadays and stuff like that. And, you know, if you're one of those people who doesn't love the drill shit or who doesn't love the trap stuff or whatever the kids are doing, if you're kind of opposed to that, then this is music that I think will kind of, you will enjoy, you know.
I can't believe that I never. Oh, what was the fucking album I was talking to you about the other day? Damo.
Yep.
Damo. What was what was the name of the album?
Declassified
Files by Damo. I heard it the other day for the first time, and I was like, "This is fucking hard."
So, cold classic, that one, buddy.
That is a fucking great. From start to finish, it's like excellent. He just does not stop.
He's relentless.
Hammering
Relentless.
people.
Yeah.
He's from a battle rap era.
Yeah, he was back in the battle for supremacy. So back in like 03 through to 05.
Did you ever battle him?
No, he was out the game before I sort of came in. But back in 03 to 05, they had it was this crazy time where they had like a freestyle tournament all around Australia, and they had one concurrently in New Zealand, all around New Zealand, and then the best from each country battled each other, and so Damo was quite prevalent in that era. He did really well locally. I don't know if he ever went on to compete on the national stage or internationally, but his skill set was significant enough that he was recognized. You know what I mean? Like he has that one album. He might have released something further on, but like the strength of his freestyles and his battling at that time and that quality of that album like has carried him through to this day.
Do you follow the battle rap scene at all still? Like attentively?
Look, I catch little bits and pieces of it. It seems to be having a resurgence. I try and mentor some of the local lads who are coming up just to give that game, because I know that, you know, I look at it like this, you know, a lot of people our age, they start to, when they stop being able to play like footy or soccer, they start to coach.
Yeah.
And like, I don't necessarily have the time to engage the way that I used to, but I still have the love for it. And especially with the success of my business, I am looking for ways to give back to my community. And so one of the ways I sort of found was to take a couple of the youngers under my wing and just give them the game and a bit of direction to sort of help, you know, get them to where they need to be and kind of in turn get the scene to where it needs to be. Grills is trying to get me to do a battle at the moment. And look, I have the desire. I've got an updated skill set that I'd love to share. I feel like, you know,
there's a lot of preparation.
It is quite a lot, yeah.
For you, it would be, because I imagine you go pretty in depth with your homework.
Not even that. I just probably now, like I probably used to spend way more time on it, but now I've got my time management under control a bit better. I could probably shorten it, but like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just about finding an opponent that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? At this point, if I'm battling, it needs to be someone who motivates me to write. I don't want to be sitting there scratching my head trying to squeeze blood out of a stone. I want to be able to it to be someone who just stuff starts coming to me and you know, it becomes real effortless in that regard. And it needs to be someone that is gonna, you know, we're gonna have a battle that can contribute to the forward momentum of the scene as it is right now, because there's people who are putting a lot of time and effort into kind of rebuilding it and bringing it back, and I'd like to make a worthy contribution to that forward momentum. I don't want to do something that's gonna that just isn't going to help in continuing to rebuild the scene. You know, I want it to be something that's going to add hype that they can use to continue forward, and I want it to be something that's going to be momentous in that, like I want it to be impactful. I want it to make sense. I want it to generate excitement, and I want to have fun doing it.
Well, like, do you have an example of any names?
I could tell you a couple of names, bro, but like any names I would say that they're not really in a place where they're able to commit or have the desire to commit to the battle. So, you know, all the top tier guys who people would have, there's a bunch of people who have who people think of that they'd like to meet. You know, people want me to battle Dundee. People want me to battle J Legend. People want me to battle Vega, a couple of these other names, but they're just it's I've got the desire there, but it doesn't make sense to them for whatever reason, which I entirely respect. So now we're just kind of looking for alternatives. Some people feel like we should get an international win. I personally feel like it would be counterintuitive for me to be away for so long while all these other people have put in their time and effort and energy in reconstructing the scene, and then I just swoop in and battle at international. It doesn't feel fair to me. And I think
you've earned it.
Yeah, but
you have some merit as like an OG of the scene. You have some.
Yeah, there's
it's OG privilege.
Yeah, well, there's definitely legacy there, but I think it would just be counterintuitive, because what happens is if I do that, Manaz comes back and he battles someone from outside of the country, and it's exciting for one event,
and then he takes the ball and goes home with it,
and then it just like reverts back to where it was. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't contribute positively to building more. It just is a cool thing for one event, and then it falls back. I want to do something where it's like it rekindles people's passion and joy for it, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go check out the next event now. And so I think battling someone local, or even a recording artist, I'd like to battle like someone who hasn't battled before but has a established recording career. Do you know what I mean? Like I think me versus Wombat or something would be like crazy.
That would be cool.
Do you know what I mean? But
that would be very cool.
Yeah, I think something like that would, like an industry rapper would be a good look, because then it pulls in these people who maybe aren't initiated with the battle thing, and it introduces new people to it. You know what I mean? So there's a bunch of ideas, there's a bunch of suggestions. There's not much traction on it. So if it's meant to be, I'm sure it will happen and it will be great. But if not, then I'm happy to clap from the sidelines and continue contributing in the way that I have been in terms of mentoring and giving people direction and just being a fan, man.
Sponsors for this video: Outlaw Media on Instagram, all of the breaking underworld news of Australia. You can also go and follow his podcast on YouTube, Word on the Street, for all of the breaking news about all the crime going on around Australia. And for all of my people that can't breathe, go to breatheeasy.com.au. That's BREATHEEZE.com.au. Use code SESH at checkout for 15% off. Support the podcast. It is fantastic. I can't sleep without them anymore. So go ahead and do that, and make sure to follow Outlaw Media on Instagram. Thank you. Enjoy the pod. Are you doing physical copies of your album?
I wasn't planning on it.
Because I haven't. You haven't mentioned any of that to me.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it, bro. Maybe if I end up.
Do you reckon it's dead? Do you reckon the physical? Oh, it's a very niche market, isn't it?
Look, man, Australia, the CDs had a run much longer than anywhere else in the world. I feel like, and like I was still making good money off CDs in 2020. I feel like maybe post-pandemic it might be over for that.
Yeah.
I haven't. I did physicals for Save Yourself, and yeah, I just think it might be a bit past that. Now, don't get me wrong. If I've got like a run of shows where I might have a couple of shows or something, I might get some merch done, or maybe I might do a very limited run of physicals. But I just don't know if the investment is going to get a return like that. I feel like there's probably other things that I could be doing that would get a better return on investment. But
do you ever put your shit on vinyl?
A lot of people do say that, but I feel like I have a sneaking suspicion that the people who love vinyl are disproportionately loud to the demand that there is for it. Like, people who love vinyl, they don't just like vinyl.
No, don't get me started on vinyl people, bro.
They love it. It's like
grass people.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
People that like take real pride in their grass.
Okay. Okay, all right. That's hilarious.
Fucking pisses me off, man. You get a vinyl.
You got nice grass. The grass out the back's nice.
Yeah, but I'm not out there fucking testing pH levels and shit and saying that this grass is better than that grass, because vinyl people, bro. I know for a fact vinyl does not sound better.
Okay, I think that they love it so much.
It's nostalgia.
There might be like 3 people who really love vinyl, but those 3 people go hard in the comments, so it looks like there's a big demand for vinyl. But vinyl takes a long time. It's expensive.
It's a cool physical product to own.
Sick. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I love the idea of a physical product because it's magic. If you can, all this stuff just existed in your head. and then a couple months later you got a physical, tangible thing you can hold. That's alchemy right there. Do you know what I mean? But I just think I've always had this sneaking suspicion that the people who want vinyl over are louder than the actual amount of people that there is. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to go and make that investment and then come back and sell 3 vinyls, and now I've just got a box of like 100 vinyls and I'm not going to sell. You know what I mean?
Do you say you've never dabbled in it at all?
Nah.
I imagine it would be a fucking expensive process as well.
Yeah, and you got to. There's so much into it. Like, don't get me wrong. There's people who do it and they do it really well, and their fan bases are really conditioned. Like, people like Fluent Form and stuff like that. They can sell cassettes. They sell out cassettes.
That's why.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's people who do it. I just don't know if my fan base is really conditioned like that. I think my fan base is a lot of streaming. Obviously they were buying the CDs up until very late, which was super cool. But I don't know necessarily what percentage of my fan base is open to vinyl, where there's other lads I know who's like their fan base love that shit.
They're going through it in the gaming industry now. Like, there's a big, there was a massive petition signed because with games now it's turned into purchasing them online.
Yeah.
And you never really truly own them that way.
Yeah.
Because
someone could just delete it.
That's the thing. Some studios will just go and delete their games and stop the online services for it and shit. And people are like, wait, hold on.
I bought that. That's my shit.
I paid $80 for this product, and now you've just taken this product away from me.
Yeah.
That's why I can understand why people do like still having physical media.
Yeah, well, even
because we don't own anything. We're renting shit from Netflix.
Yeah. Spotify.
Yeah.
All that.
It's all rented.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because I think about it now, and it's like, back when I first got into the music, I bought a lot of CDs, and there's some of those CDs which are like classic albums, and they're not on streaming platforms. And so I think about that a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that the youth don't have access to, like that are really instrumental to. Or just pivotal albums in the culture here.
The lyrical commissions,
that
not
lyrical
on Spotify.
commission, yeah, exactly. Greatest hits by the Fun Cause isn't on Spotify. What else?
There's heaps of just songs. There's songs that you can only find on YouTube that aren't on Spotify.
Yeah,
There's just certain songs that certain songs on albums that'll just never be uploaded onto the internet ever.
Do you know what, bro? I don't know if I should say this, but I was talking to Goobsy yesterday, and he hit me up. He's like, bro, I got my hacker on last night.
He did that to me, I know.
And I was like, what? What do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I managed to hack Spotify so I can upload some albums that aren't on there so I can listen to them. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, so now I've got Stages set, and he had something else up there. I was like, can you send it? No one else can listen to it?
No, it's a private thing. Like, he didn't upload it and repurpose it. He's done it for personal use.
Yeah, it's only... But I was like... I was just laughing because I was like, bro, why wouldn't you, like, if you can hack Spotify and upload a classic album that's not up there, like, why can't you hack the World Bank or something? Why can't you do something beneficial?
Why are you using this to fucking listen to lyrical commission?
Hey, man, I respect it. And, I just thought that was crazy.
Is that album that good?
The Stage is Out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a benchmark album for Australian rap right there, brother. Like, it was a really great the standard of like lyricism and production and music, like it reset the standard at the time, because there was a lot of, like, not to shit on anyone from that time, but like the quality wasn't all the way there. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not to say everyone was trash. There was a lot of, like,
this would have been early 2000s.
Yeah, there was a lot of great artists who were ahead of the curve, but the general standard of things wasn't super high. So when they kind of dropped, it set the standard, and it was well received, like, and it was just culturally impactful, bro. Like, and the thing is, Chopper's on that album. There's a skit with Chopper Reed on it. You know what I mean? Like, it just, like, it's iconic, dude. Like, it's legendary. And so, it was I think it was one of the first albums that got banned from the prisons. Like, it was just like, it represented a street element that hadn't been really, I feel, kind of represented predominantly in the music, in the culture here. It was gritty. It was like, it was well world standard at the time, and it still stands up to this day.
Because
So
was that the era where barbecue rap was like more prevalent than anything?
I guess you could say that. Like it was definitely yeah, it's not like now. Now there's a lot of street shit. Like there's a lot of hard music. Back then it was less so that. It was a lot of drinking, it was a lot of like
More lighthearted.
lighthearted, yeah, but they kind of brought in a more like just a grittier tone to the music, and they were just such high caliber artists. Still are. So, shout to
Are they still putting out music?
Brad Strutt is for sure. Yeah, I did say.
But not as a collective.
Nah, and I think I feel like Trem is always like working away on various things.
So
as well.
Trem and Brad, how many members was Lyrical Commission?
There's 4. So there's Trem, Brad Strutt, Bob Balance, and DJ J Red, who is like an ITF like world champion scratch DJ.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They were all like high level performers in their respective crafts. Like Trem was an incredible producer as well. Like, so it was just this really great. It was like a super group almost. In a lot of
Trem
ways.
did a episode of 3000 podcast
Yes, he did.
a while ago, I
Yes.
think. And they were popped off. I've never claimed to be like a rap aficionado.
Yeah.
I'm actually like hell green towards Aussie hip hop still.
Yeah.
Like in terms of history and
Yes.
shit. So when I seen Trem, it didn't really mean anything to me.
No.
Then I seen how it was received
Yeah.
and how he was received, and everyone was like, "He's the GOAT," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. If you're familiar with Aus Rap and the past and the history of it, and you have good taste in skill and talent and all these things, Trem is kind of the pinnacle in a lot of regards to that.
Because then obviously the next wave of rappers would have been your Cursors and stuff. They would have been the young blokes when these guys were coming up. Or was that even too close?
I feel like there's maybe a generation between it.
Who would have been the Hilltop era?
Yeah, Hilltops, Bliss, and Essos maybe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. There's one. Yeah.
How was it? Because you were there. How was Cursor received to like mainstream Aussie rap? Did they fucking hate him?
It was polarizing. So there was people who loved the hip hop culture and were participants in it, but there was no one representing them. There was no one representing like Eshe,
The
like
lads.
street culture, really, even to a certain extent. Like he was the next generation. If Lyrical Commission kind of set the gold standard for kind of quote unquote street type music, like he was the next iteration of that, in terms of the way that not stylistically, but in terms of the energy and the just that street mentality in what he was rapping about. And so there was a big group of people who were like, sick, someone's here representing us. Do you know what I mean? A underrepresented group in the culture. And then there were people who were just like, what the fuck is this kind? And
Put your collar down.
And yeah, it was challenging for him. But I feel like a lot of people, he won a lot of those people over time. I feel like it's the same with anything. Anytime there's something new, you got to get conditioned for how to listen to it. So it's like when I first heard drill, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a mess. Where's the snare? What is going on?
Jarring.
Yeah, but then I learned how to listen to it. My ear became accustomed to how to receive it. And I was like, oh, no, this is sick. And I feel like that's what happened for Curse, because it was such a jolt to the system. People were like, whoa, what is this? And then they kind of got acclimated and they worked out how to receive him. And then, I think he did a fantastic job of winning a lot of those people over. Now, there's people to this day who are just not going to be fans, but you're going to get that in whatever. But I think ultimately, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there would have been very stressful times for him in dealing with some of the backlash that some of his stuff received. But the worst thing I think you could have as an artist is for people to be indifferent and just be like, I'm cool.
It's all right.
Yeah, I think that's probably worse than being hated on.
You'd prefer people to hate your shit rather than be like,
I just want you to feel. I
Yeah.
just want you to feel something strongly.
Well, I got a podcast coming out with a guy called Ryan Nemenko from Outlaw Media, and we were talking about it yesterday. He went on Instagram, and Spanian was rage baiting how he rage baits with him touching his face and acting like he loves himself and shit.
Okay.
And he was like, fuck, I hate that. And I was like, no, he's doing it because he knows. He knows that cunts hate it. And hate is so much more powerful than love on social media. Hate's what goes viral.
Yeah.
Like, I never will send a video to my boys being like, how fantastic is this? No, I'm like, fuck this.
Look at this flop.
Look at this dickhead. You know what I mean?
So
like,
people are just not happy with seeing it. Spaniard be comfortable within his.
I think it's the
looks.
crabs in a bucket shit, man. Fucking, as soon as someone gets to the top of the bucket, you want to drag them down. I've done it. You've done it. We've all done it.
Yeah, misery loves company.
We've all done it. You see someone hell successful, and you find anything you can to fucking and try and bring them back to your level.
Yeah.
It's like he's got new teeth now. He's fucking got fixed his nose because he couldn't. He's fucking got a nose job because his nose was fucked. Like, I can't breathe out of my nose. I need a nose job, so I can't talk.
Will you get a nose job?
I was gonna get one 2 years ago. Because I can't breathe out of it. Yeah. But then they changed the shape of your nose and it hell changes. And it would change my voice. I would start talking like this.
That would be better.
What's wrong with my voice?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your voice. I'm saying it would be...
being able to breathe would be sick.
Yeah, you should get it.
Shout out to breatheeasy.com.au. Use code session.
You cut me in on that one, buddy.
Hey. You don't have any breathing problems? You breathe good?
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good?
I do, B did actually buy me the thing when she said you promoting it. I just still haven't used them.
Yeah, they're good to sleep with because you don't realise how much you mouth breathe in your sleep.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... it would have been Lyrical Commission would have been the gold standard of their era. Then, like a quick rough timeline, it probably would have been Hilltop Hoods coming up.
Hilltop and Lyrical Commission was pretty concurrent. Like the Hilltop was like breakthrough album, The Calling, dropped the same year as the Stages set, which was so it's almost two sides of the same coin because the Hoods, that album made it commercially feasible to make hip hop in this country. And the Lyrical Commission album was like the underground
quality, showed the quality.
The underground standard. And not to say that the Calling was not quality by any means, because part of the reason it blew up was because it was incredible quality. Do you know what I mean? But it was just two different, catered to two different tastes. Do you know what I mean? So if you want
your favourite rapper's favourite rapper type shit.
Yeah. I think might be a good way of putting it. But I just want to be really careful with how I talk about it because I don't want to underplay anybody's contributions and I don't want to misrepresent the time because I was also like just in year 8 at that time. So it's like there's people and I was living in Port Lincoln. So I was like viewing it kind of from a second-hand perspective, whereas there was a lot of people who were probably really active and engaged in capital cities who might have a different perspective on some of this stuff. Was
growing up in Port Lincoln hard to link up with people that had similar music tastes to you? Was it hell? Because it was still been fairly country back when you were growing up. It's more like metropolized now, if that's a fucking word. I'm just making up words. It's a lot more gentrified now, even.
Well, I think the internet wasn't the internet back then. Do you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't the same. There was no social media. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the thing about music now is it's so accessible. All this stuff is accessible. You know what I mean? Like, back then, you had to have CDs or you had to listen to the radio or watch Rage at a certain time to be able to catch shit. And or you know, you had to be advanced and have Napster or something like that. So it's like, for me, you know, there was significantly less people into it, but it just meant when I found those people who were into it, I like you know, you connect. You're like, oh, this is my people, even if they're not necessarily in alignment with a lot of things. You kind of overlook a lot of stuff because you're like, well, there's not too many content like hip hop, so we can be friends even though you're a bit of a grunt. But you know, as social media and the internet and the world's evolved, obviously there's kids in regional outback, you know, Western Australia who know who Spaniard is and who know.
Bro, he gets pulled up in fucking Japan and China. I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
His content's actually really good. Like his YouTube content, we've talked about it before. It's like watching one of us go on holidays. Like, what is that?
That's the appeal. Is that it's just a lad in the world sussing shit out. You know, and that's what I love.
I always forget. That's the one thing I really don't do a good job with on my channel. I don't realize that because I watch so much American content. I base my
the standard for how you should be conducting yourself.
Not that. No, like even with current events, I focus way more on American stuff than Australia. But I don't realize that my audience is Australian. They want to hear Australian shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't do that enough because I absorb so much fucking American content.
It's good awareness to have, man.
Yeah, but I've been trying, like, yes, the Bureau of Meteorology. Did you see the fucking...
Didn't their website...
Their website has cost them $100 million of taxpayer dollars.
How?
And it got quoted. They estimated that it would cost $4 million, so they went over budget by $96 million, and no one can account for how they did it. They've just been pocketing millions.
Oh my God.
For a website that doesn't even fucking work.
That's crazy. Bless you.
No, that's all right. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what I want to get to. I want to get to that level of criminality where it's like
you can just do it in
can
plain
just do
sight.
it, and you'd be like, I don't know. And there's no way we can. There's no way we can hold anybody accountable because it's a company. It's not one person. Sorry.
I wasn't on the island.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to that level of criminality. But yeah, I think like I always find it interesting. I remember when I worked it out. I was like, you know, back in the day when you used to, I don't know, back in the day when I used to be on Centrelink and stuff like that, and like something will happen, they're like, you didn't do this, so now we're cutting you off. And it's like, damn, you could just do that. But when they mess up, I remember they messed something up, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm fining you $200 now. They're like, yeah, good on you, give it a go.
It's so
how are you gonna do it?
Fucking
true.
true.
Who are you gonna hold to account in this vast organization? No one.
Yeah, the government can just waste fucking $600 million a year on fuck knows what.
Yeah, all those submarines that they said they was going to be doing is like billions, bro.
Billions.
And that's the thing. That's why I can't take, like, when people talk about like the immigrants and all these things, I can't take it seriously because it's like, oh, we need to look after our IFS. So, bro, we've got a fleet of submarines that doesn't exist that we paid for. There's a website that we can't use that costs $100 million. How these motherfuckers don't have Wix? How they like? I think there's this bigger waste of money than looking after people who don't have a home. Like,
yeah, you can get a Squarespace subscription and build a website in 7 minutes.
Bro.
It's hell true. It's all like a diversion. Obviously, there's a real... It's bubbling over as well. This happened in Cronulla in the early 2000s Cronulla riots where there was racial tension and it boiled over and it came to a point.
Yeah.
We are heading in that exact same direction where there is a massive racial fucking thing going on at the moment in Australia, and it's going to come to a tipping point and something fucking crazy and way not necessary is going to happen.
How come?
Yeah, there's so much racial tension, bro, whether it be from people watching social media and getting the wrong information.
I think that part right there is huge. And I think also it's misrepresented on social media because I think it's like...
It's good for clicks.
Yeah, and I also think it's bigger. It looks bigger than it is because the people who... It's like the vinyl heads. The people who are passionate about this stuff, they're very loud. So when one person's passionate and loud, it can sound like a few people, and then you get a couple people, it sounds way bigger. And you know what I mean? I just think, like, for me, because I don't be on social media like that, in my day-to-day life, this shit doesn't really fucking exist.
It's like not real to me.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I look at so much of this stuff, and if I go on social media briefly, I never feel better after. I feel drained. I feel despair at the state of humanity, and I feel all these negative things. But then when I go and walk down the street, I see people from all cultures and all walks of life, and I have beautiful interactions with people. And then I jump back on social media, and it's like scarcity, hate, division, they're stealing, robbery, attacks. It's like, fuck. Then I go back outside, and it's good.
My algorithm's actually very simple. It's people getting knocked out and big booty Latinas, dude. That's all
See, that's a man who knows what he likes.
That's all my algorithm is. But that's because I choose to... Ignorance is actually bliss, bro. It's a saying for a reason. Because you don't have to be ignorant about everything. No. But I can't change the state of the world. And I know for a fact... If I go down a hole of like, whatever, why is this country going to this country and doing this? I'm going to be like, Australia's going to get done next and it'll fucking consume me.
You'll just get stressed.
I watched a fucking 2 hours of documentary the other night at 2 a.m. on the asteroid that's heading to Earth, and I was convinced. I'm like, yeah, it's great. I just had this beautiful child, and now this asteroid's about to fucking kill everyone.
Yeah. What do you? That's a crazy asteroid. This thing, eh?
No, it's like, what is it? Like a fucking couple 100 miles long, and it's going like 1,000,000 kilometers an hour.
And it's like it's gonna go. at the one point when we'll be able to visually see it, it's going to go behind the moon.
Yeah, and it's made out of metal. It's made out of fucking solid
There's
metal.
so much crazy stuff about this, eh? You reckon what do you reckon it is?
Nah, dude, fucking... There will come a day where something does hit us and we all fucking... It all happens.
What
like,
about
it's happened
Of course.
hundreds of times on Earth.
Yeah.
I'm a hell believer...
That this shit's happened heaps. Like
I'm a hell believer that we have gotten to this level of life before.
Or probably higher, maybe.
Or even higher, and then the asteroid comes and fucks it up.
Someone
and then,
just hits reset.
Bro, when you look at like the actual span of time, it makes you feel so insignificant.
Yeah.
Our life is so short.
Right, even when you're in the city, bro, you look around in the city, because I don't know about you, but I think personally that I'm the lead character.
Yeah,
You know
of the
what I mean?
movie. You're the main character.
I'm the one. And then you go to the city, cuz, and you look around, and you're like, fuck, they all misguidedly believe that they're the main character.
Yeah, the NPCs.
Not really realising that they're just background characters in my movie. Realistically, I'm a background character in their movie.
It's weird, isn't
it? It's insane.
And it's like, what was World War II was like 3 people ago.
3 generations.
Yeah, 3 people.
Yeah.
It's fucked. I was watching because it's hell fucking. Apparently, it's like in trend to be anti-Semitic and claim that the Holocaust wasn't real and shit. And then I've been watching all of these Holocaust docos like on YouTube and stuff. That has to be one of the most fucking brutal times to be alive. World War II was fucked.
Oh, bro,
Do you reckon we would? How do you reckon our generation will deal with a world war?
I don't know how we do with a world war, but we're seeing the same thing happen, and it's being live streamed on our social media, and we're just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like we're not in a world war, but you know we're watching a Holocaust happen, and we're not doing too much about it. And
Yeah, it was just fucking watching, and people are fucking.
It's pretty bad, eh? Someone should do something about this. Send Greta Thunberg.
She fucking dyed Venice green.
What?
She's a crazy bitch, man.
I don't know if we're gonna. She's a kid. We're not gonna.
No, she's not a kid anymore.
Okay.
She'd be in her 20s.
Oh.
But she poured green dye in the water in Venice in Italy.
How was that?
Just to make a statement about fucking the environment. She dyed Venice's water bright green.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, it got your attention, so I guess it's working. Do you remember that point in the COVID shutdowns where like we all had to sit inside and the Earth just started healing? Do you remember that? It was just like,
I'm a big believer that I liked COVID. I was nice. It
worked for you.
Yeah, it worked out great for me.
But do you remember that? There was just this time where like people like you could see like I think there might have even been in Venice, and it's like just the waters were all looking clean and good, and animals were coming back.
Yeah, it's just the mental health of a lot of cunts never came back after COVID. That's the issue.
Yeah,
a lot of people
it sent people forever.
A lot of people. I know some blokes that are permanently damaged from COVID mentally,
which is insane because it's like, bro, we just said go to your house. We've got Tiger King. We'll make it so you can order alcohol to be delivered to you, buddy. Yeah. And but motherfuckers hate people hate spending time by themselves that much that it was like a scarring experience for them. Not to downplay anyone who had a negative experience during that time, because I understand.
I think we got it pretty good in Adelaide,
we got it good. I know a lot of people in Melbourne, it was really, really challenging for them. And I could only imagine, like, if you were in a domestically abusive relationship, it would have been a really horrific time.
It's obviously circumstantial, and like if you're in a little apartment and you don't have a fucking backyard, it's very circumstantial. But for us in Adelaide, COVID wasn't real, bro.
That shit was eats fire.
We did not cop COVID at all down here. What was it? The pizza bar lied and we had to lock down for 2 days.
That's right.
That was the biggest one.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Shout out.
Didn't that pizza bar get like 5 bombs or something?
It should have. It probably damaged a lot of people's businesses.
But now, there's always going to be something. Now we've got the algal bloom.
Oh, don't fucking... That's actual treacherous, eh?
Yeah.
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah.
There's... Well, in Christie's, like this time of year anyway, it should be hotter, so warranted people aren't going to the beach anyway.
Yeah.
But usually in the shop, if it reaches 22 degrees, we'll see 20 girls in bikinis and 50 blokes in board shorts come in.
Yeah.
This year, bro, I haven't seen one person in a bathing suit. No one's going to the beach. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird for such a coast. We grew up very coastal.
Coast, yes.
Yeah.
Same.
But like my mate went to the beach and walked their dog the other day, and there was it down in Silver Sands or something.
Yep.
Dead fish everywhere, and she and his missus got a sore throat for fucking a week.
Oh yeah.
Just from inhaling it.
Yeah, dude.
It stinks.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know.
I can pretend I do.
Yeah.
I can say it's the desal plant and it's a conspiracy, or it's China. That's the thing. People are saying it's why is China going to?
I just love it. It's such a juvenile thing for another country to do to a country to just be like,
dog
you
ass.
thought COVID was bad. Try swim now, bitch. This is ridiculous. We're not gonna attack your population. We're not gonna cripple your infrastructure. We're not gonna destroy your internet or turn the power off or nothing like that. That would destroy your country entirely. We're gonna mess up the coastal area of one state in your country, and we're just gonna see how you deal with that.
Yeah, I do love a good conspiracy theory.
Same.
One, do you know? Actually, I re-listened to it. Actually, fuck, I re-listened to it. I think on Wednesday for the first time in years. I used to love this song, "Pillow Talk" by Lil Dicky.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Right, that is
song.
just such a unique premise for a song. I
So
fucking
good.
love it. I don't know if he's still doing anything, but I like a bit of. People would call it corny, but my favorite rappers are like Hobson and fucking. I like a good story, you know.
Yeah.
I like a good story.
Big Joyner Lucas fan.
All right, let's calm. Yeah, he's got some good songs. This song about Will Smith's pretty good.
What about that? Did you ever hear the Ross Capriani one? That was
No.
the one where I found him back in the day, and there's a song about this. It's based on a true story about this kid who kind of befriended this kid Ross, and they were hanging out. He thought it was cool, and then he took him out one day and shot him in the face as a gang initiation.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it was like the clip was kind of it was the first one that Joyner really did that, set the premise off for like I'm rapping from two different perspectives and the narrative and stuff like that.
I really like that. That's why I have like a real affinity for Complete.
Yeah, Complete's great at it.
Like he's the best at
He's
it
probably
in
the best,
Australia.
yeah.
You could argue one of the best in the world at it.
Yeah.
But definitely in Australia, there's no one that does what he does.
Yeah.
Dutch Courage 2's out, by the way, if everyone wants to check that out. It's a really good song.
High level rap.
That is fucking very high level. And that film clip's seen every corner of the fucking earth.
Yeah.
It was like made in New York, filmed in fucking Portugal or something, like produced here, produced there.
Yeah.
He's so fucking talented, bro. It's good to see that he's doing well as well.
Yes, he's the one, brother. Happy birthday to him for the other day as well.
Yeah, he's hopefully we get a complete tour. I would be excited to see him again.
I would say based on my conversations with him and based on how things appear to be ramping up and based on the space he seems to be in, I would say that next year you probably get something from him, man.
But the big reason we're here, open season next week.
This week.
Or this week coming, yes.
Yeah. Or if you're watching this in like 2 years, it's out.
It's out now, if we're still here. But where does this rank? Is it, I don't know, is all albums built the same to you, or do you have a special affinity to, or like a special feeling to certain albums? Where does this sit on your podium?
I've got such a weird relationship with my music, man. Like I love it when I'm making it, but then the period between making it and it being released, it can depend. It might be I might make something, this week and then release it next week. But predominantly for an album, by the time you finish making it, there's a couple months between the completion of it and it being released. Except for this one. Goobs is finishing his final verse for it right now as we're speaking.
Shout out, Goobsy.
Yeah. So but by the time it's out, I'm kind of like
fatigued from it.
Well, it's out of date in my life. But they're all time capsules, do you know what I mean? For me, so it's like I love them all. They all represent a different part of my life, a different part of my creative expression, and they all have a place in my heart, But I think I'm always just excited about whatever I'm doing now or whatever I'm working on, and I think I look forward now that I've kind of got this album done to doing something completely different and just finding whatever that next creative direction is and hitting that, and hopefully it not being so long between releases.
2 years is a pretty good. I guess
Motherfuckers are dropping multiple albums a year at this point, dude. Like it's
but
it's
you're doing it
outdated.
for a different reason now. You're doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
You're not doing it for like social status or like obviously it's nice when people fuck with your shit and like you get an abundance of love from it.
Yeah.
That obviously we're all very, I don't know what the word is. We're all
we all want validation.
We all want it. All of us.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, it's lovely when people are bumping your shit and it gets noticed. But I imagine that isn't as important to you as just making the actual music, the writing it and.
Well, the reason I put it out is because I was like, fuck, bro, I could easily just make all this music and just listen to it myself and enjoy it, and I would be happy with that. But like, I do know that there is a few people who really enjoy what I do, and it brings value to their life, and it feels like a waste of money and time if I don't put it out.
It's also like a cool little journal for Cash to listen to one day.
Yeah,
he can listen to you. It's like, because I imagine your albums are very like situational of what situation you're in. Like your early ones might be a bit rawer and darker,
for sure.
And you can see the progression and the age, like the maturity coming through.
Yeah.
It's a cool little time capsule for your son to go back and be like, "Fucking hell, I got my dad's life story in these 200 songs."
Yeah.
Some songs you're gonna have to veer him away from.
Yeah.
Does he listen? Does he know?
To an extent, like he.
Are you going to be very open and honest with him when he's of age?
Yeah. I'm open and honest with him now, brother.
Yeah.
Like I'm entirely open and transparent and just clear in how I express and explain things to him. But like he more is aware of it. Like sometimes, like the new video, Concrete Jobs. I was like, "You want to see the new video?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, you could take it or leave it," and we watched it, and he enjoyed it, and he was like, "What is that? Why'd you film the pigeons in it?" I was like, "Oh, look, the dude who filmed it felt like it looks cool," you know what I mean? But he more is aware of it from when we're out and about, and people are like, "Manaz," like, and he's like, "Oh, people like your music, and they get to see you like that," and it's funny, like there's that there's a bit on the end of the album where like I was just getting little sound bites of him to put throughout the album because I felt like it would be cool to have like him kind of throughout. And there's a bit where I ask him, what would you say to any of the rappers out there who think they're better than your dad? And he's like, "Hello." I was like,
not a malicious bone in that kid's body.
Yeah, I was like, "What about is there anything else you might want to say to the ops?" And he was like, "Howdy." Fair enough. That's a good man right there.
Where we will cut it because I reckon we have done a good job. But I will link it below as well.
Yes.
Where can people find this album?
It's going to be wherever you listen to music. It's in your phone. In the next few days, wherever you listen to music, look at the socials. I will have links up there. I'm sure Sav will do me the kindness of promoting it.
I'll link everything in the description below, and I'll be sharing everything he posts. But thanks, Manaz, and congrats on Open Season. It's a fantastic album, and very proud of you, man.
Thank you, my brother. And just before we bounce, do run it up, do tune in if you're a fan of rap and you're a fan of lyrics and you're a fan of the traditional boom bap sound. This album's definitely for you. If that's not your cup of tea, then I'll got you on the next album.
Oof, thank you.
Love.